Member for Charlestown.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise today to talk about the appalling response to maintenance issues for social housing tenants in my electorate of Charlestown. I do acknowledge that a new CEO has recently been appointed to the Land and Housing Corporation, and I must say that I am looking forward to meeting with him to discuss how to fix the issues that I'm about to raise. And these issues are only a couple of the examples of what's clearly inappropriate responses to public housing maintenance in this state. Week after week, I'm inundated with complaints from constituents battling with the Land and Housing Corporation to have their maintenance issues dealt with satisfactorily. Some of the matters have been outstanding for months with little, or in some cases no, action from Land and Housing Corporation. My office receives phone calls and emails from people who have requested maintenance on their property and have been waiting for months, sometimes even years, from this government and its agencies. In fact, only last week, my office received over 10 calls from constituents needing assistance with maintenance that hadn't been dealt with properly by the department up until then. Out of the many inquiries I received, maintenance issues are the most frequent reason for people contacting my office. Recently, an elderly resident contacted my office because she needed new carpet in her property. She has had over four subcontractors attend her home, each determining the carpet to be a trip hazard. Despite this, she is still waiting for something to be done. It has been 14 months since this was first raised with the LAC maintenance team. The standard line she receives from LAC is that they are negotiating with the contractor and that they need to do the costings. How long does LAC need to get some costings for a carpet? Another elderly resident who contacted my office had requested urgent attention to her bathroom. She'd recently had a fall and had been given a letter from her GP to LAC outlining the circumstances of her fall. My constituent explained that the light switch in her bathroom is behind the door. So in order to turn her light on, she has to enter the bathroom, close the door, then switch the light on. Obviously, this creates a very dangerous situation for her, especially at night when she can't see where the light switch is. My constituent called the maintenance team a number of weeks after submitting her GP's letter, only to be told there was no record of the correspondence and that she now had to wait another 28 days before anyone would even attend the property to work out the scope of works for a light switch behind a door. Due to the seriousness of the matter, she called my office for assistance, and upon our inquiries we were told by LAC that this matter was considered only minor. It's appalling to think that someone who is at risk of a fall in their own home would need to wait 28 days before anyone from LAC would even attend the property to have a look at the problem, and I thank the hear from the Minister for Health. Another of my constituents, Suzanne, first contacted my office in April 2017 about outstanding maintenance work needed on her property. Following intervention and reps from my office, Suzanne was given a target completion date of the 30th of June 2017. LAC told us the works were eventually completed by the end of July 2017, 3 months after contacting my office. Unfortunately, Suzanne contacted my office again in August 2018 to tell us that a number of the maintenance issues were not, in fact, completed in 2017, when LAC told us they had been. And despite further intervention from my office, the issues still remain unresolved more than a year later. How can this government remain silent and allow residents of social housing to wait for over a year without any action from LAC? My office has spoken to hundreds of constituents in similar circumstances. Mould, sewer overflows, bird lice, no security screens, no ramp access for people in wheelchairs, no bathroom modifications for people with disabilities so they can bathe in dignity. These are common issues facing the social housing tenants of Charlestown. I am disgusted with how some of the most vulnerable people in our society are being treated by a government agency, and it's outrageous that this is being allowed to happen. It is clear that the Minister and the government, through their rampant outsourcing and privatisation agenda, are happy to wipe their hands of any responsibility. It is absolutely shameful. We should be supporting these people, not treating them as second-class citizens. People who access housing support from the government should not be forgotten about and left without answers when they report issues to the department responsible for maintenance.
No, respond.